when it's not going your way or you're not up, go back to basics. Make sure I'm on top of my own game before I start trying to lead people or start giving out to people. Because, again, players do look at you going, well, don't you be having to go at me when you're struggling yourself. That's human nature.
That was a very impressive bit of training you had there at the AUL complex this afternoon.
Impressive, I wouldn't go that far. No, it was nice to be back and it was enjoyable, yeah.
Yeah, you certainly were showing no signs of any recent cruciate ligament history.
No, that's in the past. I'm just looking forward to the future and hopefully helping Ireland qualify and doing well with United.
Croatia came to Lansdowne Road having just finished third in the France World Cup of '98. With summer gone, autumn arrived, and Mick McCarthy's team was ready for a new campaign.
Staunton relishing in this atmosphere. Boban, it's still down. It's Robbie Keane. And it's now with Jason McAteer. Cross from Irwin. Headed clear by Yarny. Irwin's still going on there. And eventually it's a penalty. Keith O'Neill went down. Jurch is challenged. And the referee gives the penalty. Now he's very adept from the spot. And it'll be Irvin against Ladic. Never taken one for Ireland before. It's Irwin against Ladic. It's 1-0. And a dream starts to Euro 2000 for Ireland. Dennis Irwin converts the penalty, having been brought down himself. Derby County defender. Staunton for Bab. Boban came in. Now it's Kinsella. Relishing this occasion. Roy Keane. McAteer as Irwin goes round the outside. McAteer hoisting it towards Cascarino, and the tall figure of Soldo taking no chances, putting it behind. Corner to Ireland. Cunningham's up. Robbie Keane, Cascarino, Bab. Taken by Staunton. It's come free to McAteer. Deflection, danger, 2-0. Roy Keane makes it 2 in 15 minutes. The shot was McAteer's, the deflection was wicked, and Roy Keane was there to finish it off.
That's a couple of times now McAteer's been very clever with his positioning. If the corner comes in, it's only half cleared. He strikes the shot in, could go anywhere. Fortunately, hit on the head of Roy Keane. All he knew he had to do was just direct it away from Ladic, the goalkeeper, and into the far corner. He was perfectly positioned for the deflection, straight on his head. Thank you. 2-0. Couldn't be better.
Again quickly, lovely little sleight of foot to make the space, and now it's Roy Keane. Back to Irwin. Robbie Keane again. Falls out.
It's a pity that, but it was very tight when Dennis Irwin played him back in, because his technique first time round was lovely.
That's evidently satisfactory from Ireland's point of view. Dennis Irwin converted the penalty after he was fouled just the 4th minute, and then Roy Keane taking advantage of the deflection to head to the net to make it 2-0. This was the first. Dennis Irwin, his first penalty for Ireland, 1-0. And then from Staunton's corner, not properly cleared, McAteer with a half volley deflected up in the air, and Roy Keane's header planting it into the corner of the net. Just look at the two in the foreground there. Phil Babb on the left, Kenny Cunningham on the right. They've clearly put on fresh shirts for the second half, and they're both wearing number 4. That is quite incredible, and well, I won't say I've never seen it before, because something at the back of my mind says I have, but I don't think I've seen it at this kind of level. And certainly the referee and his officials ought to get it sorted out, because what happens if either or both get booked? Keane goes in, no penalty. Boban went down, two captains together. Now it's Phil Babb. Cascarino.
Very, very patient, although 2 goals behind. Just the last 5 minutes or so, they've been looking a little less assured.
Kenna's free kick. Off the head, Soldo. It's come to Staunton. Rebounding from Stanic. Stanic makes the... So he has to go off. And Mario Stanic is sent off for a second yellow card for a second foul on Steve Staunton.
I actually feel a touch sorry for him, because it's a nothing.
Now they have to do without him. Staunton caught here, and another man going to be sent off. And in the space of a minute, Bronislav Jurcic joins Stanic in the dressing room for another dreadful foul on Steve Staunton. At the end of a match that saw his team comfortably through by 2-0. For all the you had in the first half, Ireland got the 2 goals to Dennis Irwin and Roy Keane here. And from half-time on, there was no real threat from Croatia. There could have been further goals from Ireland, but the 2 that came in the opening quarter hour proved sufficient.
In derselben Gruppe Irland gegen Malta. Es sollte ein leichtes werden. 1:0 durch Robbie Keane. Das erste Länderspieltor für ihn, für den 18-jährigen Teenie. Und er ist der jüngste in der Länderspielgeschichte von Irland, der im Nationaltrikot ein Tor erzielt hat. 16 Minuten waren da gespielt. Und er hatte noch mehr Hunger auf Tore. Dieser Robbie Keane, schauen Sie, was er da macht. Schlitzohrig. Tor Nummer 2 für den Michael Owens von Irland. Robbie Keane, innerhalb von 3 Minuten bringt er nach diesem schönen Solo, und da schaut er vorher ganz geschickt, Irland mit 2:0 in Führung. Das Team von Mick McCarthy also gegen Malta, gegen den 1:100 Außenseiter, schnell in Führung. Und in der zweiten Halbzeit, da kommt dann mal der Kapitän, da kommt Roy Keane, nicht Robbie Keane, sondern Roy Keane, der Mann von Manchester United. Und er baut den Vorsprung in der 53. Minute aus. Damien Duff hatte das schön aufgelegt, ebenfalls ein talentierter Mann. Und er war auch in diesem Falle ein guter Ire, Reginald Cini, im Tor. Das sind so bittere Momente für den Torwart. Jeder weiß es, keiner wird davon verschont. Auch nicht Weltklasse-Keeper, aber er ist schon ein bisschen zu bedauern, Reginald Cini. Neil Quinn, sein 17. Länderspieltor. Der Mann, der einst mit Uwe Rösler lange Zeit zusammen bei Manchester City stürmte. Er spielt jetzt bei Sunderland und er war auch ein Liebling damals von Big Jack Charlton, der erst Irland eigentlich auf die Fußball-Weltkarte brachte, als er 88 in Deutschland bei der Europameisterschaft Irland zum ersten Mal zur Endrunde führte. Es war nur noch die Frage, wie hoch würde Irland gewinnen. Gary Breen, 81. Minute, fast ein halbes Dutzend, aber es war auch nicht viel anders erwartet worden. Irland zum Auftakt 2:0 Gewinner gegen die Kroaten, nimmt die Heimchance mit voller Konsequenz wahr. 5:0 locker leicht. Jugovic. Und gut reagiert von Shay Given. Aber der Druck wird jetzt natürlich fast übermächtig. Wieder Dejan Stankovic. Und blitzschnell gehandelt. Mijatovic, 64 Minuten gespielt. 1:0. Kovacevic und Breen, die waren da so ein bisschen vereint. Und Freudenfeuer hier im Maracana.
Staunton, Keane, Irwin, al hombre del Manchester. Dennis Irwin que la tiraba para Quinn, no la podía peinar, venía Keane, ¡gol! de la República de Irlanda. A los 8 minutos del segundo tiempo llegó el cambio de frente, no pudo cabecear la Queen y apareció Robbie Keane, el joven maravilla, para poner Irlanda 1, Yugoslavia 0. Finalmente el que le pegó fue el número 10 Keane o Kinsella. La peina Queen.
Es Robbie Keane.
Llega Robbie Keane y el partido que está 1-0 para el equipo local.
Allí Niall Quinn apenas desvía la pelota.
Se la jugaba al medio. Atrás viene ahora la pelota para el jugador Bolic. Mijatovic, que quedó como capitán. Se fue Savicevic de la cancha. Centro de Mijatovic. A ver quién llega para el cabezazo. ¡Gol! Stankovic. ¡Gol de Yugoslavia! De cabeza Stankovic. La cambió Mijatovic. Aparece libre por la derecha el jugador de la Lazio. Y con ese cabezazo empata el partido. Ahora la República de Irlanda y Yugoslavia están 1-1.
Se metió en el juego Predrag Mijatovic. Acá, para enganchar. Para observar perfectamente a Stankovic y para ponerle una pelota de novela. En la cabeza al jugador de Lazio, que llega a la carrera, le cambia el palo, un cabezazo bárbaro, el segundo poste. Ese empate de Yugoslavia es gusto a injusticia en Lansdowne Road en Dublín. Yugoslavia está ahora 1-1 con Irlanda.
La cámara lo toma Stoughton porque era hombre de Stoughton.
Sí, porque le pasó por encima.
Robbie por abajo y cortito para Kennedy. Buscará el perfil para la zurda Kennedy. Le marca el camino a Quinn. Kennedy le pegó al arco. ¡Golazo! ¡Golazo de la República de Irlanda! A los 24 minutos, Kennedy, un zurdazo de otro planeta. Ahora Yugoslavia cae ante la República de Irlanda 2-1 por el golazo de este hombre, el número 11, Kennedy.
Tremendo el zurdazo de Kennedy. Quedó bien en claro que es zurdo, ¿no? Ahí encara, con pierna derecha. Observa quién le va a tirar el pelotazo. Mira, mira. Se decide a sacar el pelotazo impresionante. Ronda de cerveza negra para todos. Paga Kennedy en cualquier pub de Dublín. Cómo sorprendió a Kosic. Porque durmió la pelota, porque esperaba poner la pelota larga para Quinn. Pero prefirió sacar.
Robbie Keane. Oh, the layoff was too delicate. It's well won though by Irwin. Connolly, here's Robbie Keane with a chance! Robbie Keane puts Ireland in front. And you can probably hear the roar from here to Tipperary. What a substitution. Marvellous presence of mind by Connolly when he got the ball inside the penalty area. I bet he's thinking, I could score here. He got his head up and he picked Keane out. It was Irwin coming forward. He's had a look before the ball was played to him. Turkey, a penalty. Well, purely instinctive. Absolutely no doubt about it whatsoever. It was, I think it might have been Kazi who was responsible for making a great block, and it was just instinctive hand came to ball. No argument whatsoever. Well, if ever there was a moment for a goalkeeper to make a name for himself, that man is Dean Kiley. That moment is now. It's tie 4. Perfectly taken. Into the corner. It's an away goal. And
who is the guest?
It was 2 hours to the big kick-off, and as the Irish team prepared for their journey by coach to the stadium, the Irish fans who had travelled to Turkey gathered at the team hotel to wish them luck. There was a huge security presence as they arrived. Already the stadium was full of fans, building the atmosphere to fever pitch.
Seken top. Okan yine bastırdı. Şimdi karşılayan Sergen. Arif kaleye baktı, dışarıya. Abdullah'ın önündeki alana çok güzel bir pas. Abdullah ceza sahasına sokuluyor. Abdullah ortaya çevirdi. Geriye doğru Okan vuramıyor. Başardı. 3 oyuncunun arasından Hakan topu kaybediyor. 2 oyuncu birden karşıladı Hakan'ı ve topu kazanan Okan. Arif top istiyor. İrlanda savunmasının arasında. Şimdi tekrar Okan. Ortaya doğru çevirdi. Arif ceza sahasında. Arif kaleye baktı dışarıya. Arif çok güzel vurdu. Top direğe yaradı, dışarı gitti. Şimdi çok adamla geldi İrlanda. Ceza sahasına doğru orta. KEANE kullanacak tacı. Milli takımımız tüm hatlarıyla kendi yarı sahasında. Arka tarafa doğru orta. Rüştü kalesini KEANE. Yerden pası Connolly'e doğru. Connolly bıraktı. Roy Keane ceza sahamızda, tehlike Rüştü. Rüştü iyi kapandı. Topun gerisinde Sergen Yalçın. Ceza sahası ön çizgisi çok kalabalık. Sergen Hakan'a doğru. Hakan kafa dışarıya. Sergen arka tarafa doğru. Alpay ceza sahasında, topu önüne alabilecek mi? Alpay ceza sahası karan. Vuran futbolcumuz o bölgede Hakan Şükür savunmaya yardımcı oldu. Şimdi Kilbey'ne tekrar. Kilbey sıyrılmak istiyor. O gün bastırdı. Kilbey, Okan da yanında. Kilbey geriye doğru çıkarttı. Şimdi Irvin'den orta ceza sahamıza. Queen vuruyor kafa. Şimdi o günden uzun top. Hakan Şükür savunmadan sekti. Hakan gole gidiyor. Haydi Hakan. Vur şu topa. Hakan. Şimdi atak devam ediyor. Arif ceza diyor. Irvin bastırdı. Sergen ondan sıyrıldı. Sergen ceza sahasına gidiyor. Sergen. Haydi vur şu topa. Sergen. Topu. Şimdi pası Sergen'e. Sergen yine bastı çalımı. Sergen. Hakan Şükür hareketli. Okan'a doğru. Okan ceza sahasında. Okan kaleye. Okan dışarı. Kullandı kale vuruşunu. Bu kez Niall Queen. Seken top Ali Eren. Sella sert vurdu Engin. İyi yer tuttu. Tarafa bıraktı. Orada Arif. Ortaya çevirebilecek mi? Arif'in ortası. Okan dışarıya. Bunun gerisinde Kevin Kilbey. Kilbey kale sahası içine doğru. Engin çıktı. Engin'e yapılan hareketin faul olması lazım. Ceza sahasında karambol, hakem veriyor faulü. Hemen önünde Hakan Şükür var. Okan taşıyor topu ceza sahasına doğru. Okan'dan Hakan Şükür'e. Hakan ceza sahasında. Hakan ortaya çevirecek. Hakan çevirdi. Yine olmadı. İstiyor. Şimdi Hakan Şükür'e doğru. Hakan Şükür iki oyuncunun arasında. Bıraktı sol tarafa. Ceza sahasında. 1,5 dakika. Köşe vuruşu kullanacaklar. Herkes ceza sahasında. Sadece Irvin geride kaldı İrlanda'da. Bir de kalecileri. Köşe vuruşu kullanıldı. Arka tarafa doğru gelen top. Ümit vurdu kafayı. Şimdi yine Sergen. Yine sıyrıldı. Bırakmıyor. Geçmesine izin vermiyor Bab. Şimdi sağ taraftan İrlanda hata. Tüm hatlarıyla
arkada boş. Arkada boş.
Queen'e doğru.
Turkey had the lion's share of chances in the second half and would have won convincingly were it not for a combination of poor finishing and the fine performance of Kylie in goal. After the final whistle had sounded, police were forced to come onto the pitch to break up a fight between rival players. The 0-0 draw means Ireland are out and Turkey march on to Euro 2000.
Well, I suppose we haven't qualified yet again for another European championship, so that's not good. But there are a number of young players who have come through. Let's be honest, Mick McCarthy has been very unlucky. There were a number of players injured before this game, a number of players that weren't available. So a lot of new young talent has come through. That's hope for the future. Tonight, here in Bursa, well, the team have already left the stadium. It's about 1 hour and 20 minutes since the kick-off. Still a great atmosphere around here. There was over 1,300 police looking after the fans and the Irish team. The Irish team are already on their way to the ferry port and heading for Istanbul. They'll be flying home to Ireland this evening.